$5 billion with a B, $5 billion. Now, and you've got NGOs. Now, how many NGOs do you think operate out of over there?
How many?
Over 1,000. And then you throw in the United Nations. And
out of Afghanistan?
Yeah, it's
There's
just
1,000 NGOs?
It's the freakingest. It's the biggest scam. NGOs. I wrote a letter to the president months ago, and I've breaks on the NGOs. I mean, some of them don't have any money, and some of them got a lot. But Elon Musk told me, like I really know him. I mean, I hung out with him a couple times, and we talked. Called me Tim, which I thought was pretty cool. But he says, Tim, here's how these NGOs work. He said, they start out as a good organization, maybe during Bush 1 or Bush 2. A lot of those limousine liberals, do-gooders, they start these organizations. And they set them up and to do, feed the starving children or whatever. Well, they don't have any money in them. And some billionaire who we all know, you can just name them, they'll drop $1 million in one of those. And then this unelected bureaucrat in Washington, D.C. says, hey, they got $1 million. This place is legit. And so they give them money. They put the money in there for them. And then they start running federal money through that, yours and my tax dollars. And he told me he thinks they stole over $1 trillion. And I thought, at the time, I thought that was crazy. But then I start looking at, what happened in Minnesota, mm-hmm. $19 billion. Joe, when I went to the state legislature, our state budget of Tennessee wasn't $19 billion. It was years ago, so it's a lot more than that now. But that's the amount of fraud and waste and abuse that go on. Well, so backtrack to this deal. So I get involved with it, and it's just unbelievable. It took me I've passed the bill twice. And the second time, my buddy John Stout in the office there, he comes up with an even stronger version. And so we send it to the Senate. And so we find out that there's a Senate staffer that somebody said he's like the unofficial ambassador to Afghanistan. I've literally read where he said, appears to me, complimentary things about the Taliban. Now, those people want to kill us. As I like to say, they'll hate us for free. We don't need to give them any money. Well, it's like pulling teeth through my committee. The Democrats raised ruckus, and because obviously they don't want anybody looking at those NGOs. And the NGO money, now get this, it maybe a little bit goes to feed some starving kid, but a lot of it gets washed, and it goes back to the good old United States of America. Are you familiar with dark money and campaigns?
Yes.
The folks back home, the day before the election, the People for American Justice approved this ad. Did you know Tim Burchett, pushed his second-grade girlfriend down in a mud puddle and never apologized? That's what happened, and then
right.
Paid for by the People for American Justice,
Right.
and then, but what's happened is that money that you're sending over there is coming back in the form of dark money. And we've got, and I think both parties are involved with it at some point. I think the Democrats have had a run of it, and they've got it pretty much closed. They've got a pretty good market going on it, in my opinion. And there are probably some Republicans I think I know of that have some dark money too, and not necessarily from this, but from other things. And then you start talking about the UN. The UN has got, and everybody says, well, that's UN, Burchett. We don't have anything. The heck we don't. We sponsor the freaking UN. If it was up to me, I'd pull out of the dadgum UN. They are nothing. All they do is get Americans killed. They talk ugly about us, and then they take our dadgum money, and we let them do it. Because crooked politicians are in bed. Washington is crooked as a dog's leg, Joe. And this bill makes them report it and follow the money so we know where it's going. And if it's going to the Taliban, it's out.
So you just explain to me how they would justify sending money to the Taliban, and what is the circumstance? Like, how do they
justify it by saying it doesn't happen. They justify it by saying it doesn't happen. But I'm talking to a guy that's got a legend who's got people on the ground, and the people over there, the freedom fighters, saying, please quit sending them money, please. And when we left over there, we left how many billions of dollars worth of armaments on the ground. They said, I heard Democrats saying, well, those people can't fly those high-end choppers. Well, you know who could? the dadgum Chinese who were on the ground before we got out of there.
Right.
So it's just a crooked game. It's a small portion. I know.
But explain, how's the money getting to them?
Okay, it is sent to them through these NGOs and other organizations. And so...
So we fund the NGOs.
Correct.
The NGOs send money to the Taliban. Why would they do that?
Because they get a cut off of it. They don't care.
Okay, so the Taliban gets $40 million, and then they send that money back?
Some of it comes back, and some of it doesn't.
But as long as they get a piece of it, they don't care how much the Taliban gets.
Right. This requires a report on any cash assistance programs in Afghanistan and how the U.S. keeps the Taliban from assessing that. And it requires a report on the Afghan Fund and the Afghanistan Central Bank. And these reports, of course, would shed light on the Taliban's influence over the Afghanistan Central Bank. And you can research it. A lot of it is these do-gooder programs. You know, oh man, we're taking care of the orphans, we're taking care of this. And you know good and well they ain't taking care of any dadgum orphans. They're stealing the money to do it. And it just infuriates me. And then I hear them say, well, it's not happening. I say, well, if it's not happening, then dadgummit pass the bill. What's it hurt? What's it hurt? We pass worthless legislation every dadgum day. And, you know, and I can't get a peep. I said to Thone when he came in when King Charles was, which was kind of funny too. I had a funny conversation with King Charles.
By the way, no kings.
I'm not a king. Yeah. What about that? I was getting believe I said, hey, what the heck, guy? There's a picture of me. I did a video on my X account at Tim Burchett. See, I threw that plug in. But
Central Bank of Afghanistan said it received another injection of $40 million in cash this week, and this is literally $100 bills in stacks. Is that real? Is that a stock photo, or is that them showing a photograph of the money they received? Because I can't imagine they're sending bricks of cash.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's pallets. It's called a pallet of cash.
What?
I'm reading through this explanation of it from these reports. It's he's saying exactly what these are all saying, but this is a lot of
And I'm not as look.
explanation in here.
I got a mutual fund. I don't understand all the money, but when I see here $40 million going overseas,
but in cash too is crazy.
There's no record of it.
Take it and divvy it up and.
Yeah, this says
we print it every day.
The UN is responsible for purchasing, transporting, and transferring at least $2.9 billion in U.S. currency to Afghanistan. This is from 2024, I think, when this was printed. So that they have to find the cash on, you know...
Call your senator and say, I want this dadgum bill on the floor.
Crazy.
It's passed the committee, and it was like pulling teeth. It was... Because apparently I offended somebody, which I'm sure I did now, but...
But I don't understand why anybody wouldn't recognize that giving money to an organization that hates us, a fundamentalist religious organization that hates us...
They're not a religion. They're not a religion. They're a cult or...
yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Since its first cash shipment, UN has made at least 80 purchases of cash for transport to Afghanistan. 80 purchases of $40 million. The UN reported that it began purchasing and shipping cash because of Afghan's banks' inability to participate in international wire transfers and Afghanistan's lack of domestic currency circulating throughout its economy. Oh, so we got to help them out and give $40 million a week.
Yeah, and the starving kids are still starving, and the little orphans aren't being taken care of. And they're still throwing gays off of buildings and poking little girls' eyes out.
Are there any gays left?
Well, they got to be in the closet.
They are in the closet. There's a lot of that, a lot of pedophilia. I have some buddies that served over there. They got some horrible stories.
This guy was going to frag a Afghan general or something one time. He told me, and he used to work for me, and he had mental issues over it.
Oh, it's horrible. Yeah, I've heard horrible stories.
Tuned into CNN recently, you've probably seen a lot of this.
Wait a minute, what am I lying about? You're lying, Scott. I don't care who pointed them. I don't care. I don't care.
Here's what I do care about. They are. We can agree on basic facts. They are. They are. We also get on this.
You're being a Holocaust.
No.
Let me educate you. No. You don't need to be condescending to me. So let me educate you about my position.
sorry, I didn't catch all of that. Now, if you don't know, the Southern gentleman the other 8 people were screaming at is this guy, Scott Jennings, senior CNN commentator and bitter enemy of the Von Trapp family singers. Now, before becoming the conservative face of CNN, he got a start in politics, smoothing over dubious activity for the second Bush administration.
White House aide Scott Jennings, the 29-year-old wunderkind, part of a nefarious White House scheme to systematically fire disobedient U.S. attorneys.
Jennings declined to answer most questions in the face of sharp complaints from Democrats.
Senator, pursuant to the president's assertion, I must respectfully decline to answer that question at this time. I must respectfully decline to answer your questions. I'm going to have to decline to answer that question. I'll have to decline to answer that.
Wow. Worst Jeopardy contestant ever. I mean, not the point, but his transformation is full Jonah Hill here. I mean, pretty soon he's gonna get those arm tats and won't shut up about his therapist. We get it, Jonah. But that was the last time Jennings would ever decline to share his opinion, because he soon joined CNN, where he made a name for himself as a rare conservative voice who would openly attack Donald Trump.
He's clearly violated his oath of office to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. This is outrageous. It's beyond the pale. Every Republican ought to be able to say so. We need a new nominee. If we nominate him again, we will lose. It sounds like an unhinged, deranged person has gotten loose and is out on the street and may be a danger to themselves and others.
Exactly. Scott Jennings is a principled man who knows Donald Trump is a danger to the party. He's not going to backtrack. You're certainly not going to see Donald Trump suddenly praising him for his total compliance, say, I don't know, 2 years later.
You know, we have a man here that, I don't know, but he's defending me all the time on CNN. And he defends me really well, Scott Jennings. Where's Scott?
Michigan. We were flying in here today, and I said, look at these farms. I got to get a farm in Michigan, because when you own as many libs as I do, you got to put a place to put them all.
And the person sitting next to him on the plane said, okay, I'm going to put my headphones in now and just listen to a podcast. Cool. So, how did Jennings metamorphosize from principled caterpillar to craven butterfly? Well, after a few years on CNN, Scott Jennings realized that bucking the establishment was hard, and shouting MAGA talking points was easy and fun.
Democrats care more about dudes who want to become women than dudes who just want to be
Well, Democrats, they are for things. Illegal aliens, you're for boys and girls sports.
There's thousands of Hitlers running around this country right now, running around college campuses, running around New York City. Those are the Hitlers I'm worried about.
Okay. In fairness, the Times Square's Hitlers are just Venezuelan guys in Hitler outfits. You know, when it comes to spotting Nazis, Jennings has proven he has a keen eye. Watch him hear Hitler-splain to his colleagues after Elon Musk gave a Sieg Heil salute in public.
Listen, come on.
You were way off the rails.
It's kind of... I'm off the rails.
Yes.
You're the one who defended Sieg Heiling as a normal activity.
This salute trutherism is outrageous. This is the most.
Do it right now on TV.
This is the biggest.
So why do it right now on TV?
It's
If you think it's normal, if you think this is a normal way to greet people, do it right now on TV.
Scott,
Why won't you?
I want to redirect us here.
Oh, my favorite game, truth or dare or Nazi. You know what? Let's goose step in another direction, shall we? Because Scott Jennings is not all Nazis and lib farming. He also knows how to have a good time.
The Republicans have become the fun party. We're the fun party.
We're the fun party. America, it's the fun party.
Once again,
Oh, we don't need to stand.
it's cool to be a Republican. Chuck, Julie,
We need to stand up.
Chuck, Julie, I invite you to get in on it.
It is true.
We're back, baby. We're back,
It
baby.
is true.
And they say white people can't dance. Sorry, I read that wrong. They say white people can't dance, and they're right. Of course, Jennings' antics started to garner him more camera time, so he continued to roll out funnier and funnier bits.
Some of these countries are basically irrelevant. You know, Kazakhstan, whatever. Some of them are more relevant. But you know,
You're gonna hear from the Kazakhs on that.
I know.
Keep going.
Very nice.
Nailed it! Oh man, that is a killer Borat. 2025. I mean, does he do this at home? I'd hate to be his wife. Now, you'd think debasing yourself with a Borat impression on CNN might be the end of your career, but now that there are rumors that Jennings could replace Mitch McConnell in the Senate, which is shocking, frankly. I didn't know it was even possible to switch places with Mitch McConnell through an election. I thought the only path involved was breaking an ancient curse. But I'm going to ask Scott Jennings just one question. It would be this. Do you actually believe in this Trump shit? Or are you just shamelessly parroting MAGA talking points to gain access into our country's highest halls of power?
I must respectfully decline to answer your question.
Fair enough. Good night.
We've got so much to talk about tonight. Donald Trump is using you for a GoFundMe. Lindsey Graham makes an even tougher sale than bombing Iran. And Triumph the Insult Comic Dog humps some legs at the Correspondents' Dinner. But first, let's start with the most urgent issue facing America today. Donald Trump still doesn't have a ballroom, all right? Let's get into it in our new segment, Let Them Eat Ballroom.
Country's going to hell in a handbasket. Let's do a little dancing.
As we all know, there was an attempted assassination at the White House Correspondents' Dinner this weekend, which, first of all, terrible week for light-skinned dudes. You got this guy going for the president and chewing carpet. Klay Thompson cheating on Megan Thee Stallion. No pressure, but Drake, this album's got to be fire. It's all on you. But that was just my takeaway. Republicans had another, somehow dumber, takeaway.
A group of Senate Republicans is pushing to fund the construction of President Trump's 90,000 square foot ballroom using taxpayer money.
We're going to introduce legislation that would authorize $400 million to be spent to secure to build the presidential ballroom.
$400 million? That's our money. Why do we have to pay for this? We didn't try to shoot the president. Make this guy pay for the ballroom. This is the administration that is obsessed with government waste. I can't believe they dissolved DOGE right before Trump demanded a $400 million ballroom. It's like how the Michael Jackson movie ended right before he starts molesting. You just went ahead and skipped all the important stuff, huh? We live in such a crazy time now that events don't even need to be connected to each other. Someone tried to kill the president, so now we're going to build a ballroom. But I feel like someone completely trustworthy told us we wouldn't have to pay for anything.
We're putting up our own money with the government is paying for nothing. We did this no charge to the taxpayer whatsoever. All private money. Not one penny is being used from the federal government.
And to his word, it isn't one penny. It's 40 billion pennies. Honestly, as soon as I heard about the ballroom, I knew we would end up paying for it. Like, Trump is the type of dude to wine and dine you and then forget his wallet. You know, he'll just be sitting with you like, I hope you had a great time. I just... I hate to do this, but we're still gonna have sex, right? Don't get me wrong. With so many seniors getting scammed in America, I'm glad one of them is turning the tables. I just don't want it to be on us, you know? And $400 million is way too much. Why is this ballroom so expensive? Is the roof gonna be made of Coachella tickets? What could possibly make this thing cost so much? Like, be specific.
Underneath, there will be a lot of military stuff.
Military stuff? What military stuff. Name 10 military stuffs. I'll wait. Lindsey Graham sounds like me in 5th grade trying to convince my mom to get me an Xbox. Like, you know, they make educational games too. Here's what I don't get. The president travels with tons of security everywhere he goes. So what problem are we trying to solve exactly?
The ballroom itself will avoid the dilemma of having to leave the White House grounds. He literally could have left his bedroom, walked out the back of the White House, and been at the ballroom.
Wait. The president needs to walk out of his bedroom into the ballroom. This feels like it's Lindsay's dream. I can see Lindsay like, I must rise from my silk sheets and directly into the cotillion. Oh, it's a mass cotillion where I can be my truest self. This is not what a president is supposed to be focused on, unless that president is 7 years old. You know, they're writing a list like, I'm gonna have a slide that goes right from my bed to the pool. And I want a soup made out of candy, so whenever I get hungry, I can just eat my shirt. But still, as good as the White House is, Trump is gonna have to leave sometimes.
It really does put President Trump at risk to go around Washington, D.C. like this. The president should not have to leave the White House to go to the Kennedy Center, to go to the Hilton, and venture out. People should come to him.
Wait. The president should have to leave his house? You don't want the leader of the free world to visit anything. Hold on. Is the president depressed? I know people keep trying to shoot him, but still. Come to think of it, did he just get McDonald's DoorDash to the house? That sounds like a man who's given up on life, you know? Wait till he finds out about Snuggies. There have to be arguments for this ballroom that don't just make the president sound like an indoor cat.
I never understood the opposition to the ballroom. I mean, all women love ballrooms.
All women love ballrooms? That argument is so sexist, it's one step away from being super woke. Like, all women love ballrooms? Why can't the president feel like a pretty girl? I mean, I don't even know how big of a deal this is because, sure, all the Republicans are on board, but there's no way there's even one Democrat that's going to support this.
So far, only one Democrat, Senator John Fetterman of Pennsylvania, has come out in favor of this project.
This dude is a ballroom guy? He's never worn a blazer that wasn't loaned to him by the mayor dean. The one time I've seen him wearing a jacket and tie, he was wearing them with a hoodie. He looks like he robbed somebody who was wearing a tie. It's like they told him he couldn't come in without one, and then he saw a guy wearing one. He was like, get over here. What does he want a ballroom for? I bet Republicans say if he voted for it, they'd add a bell tower just for him. Look, I know Republicans had Project 2025, but I'm starting to think they never wrote Project 2026. Because they're on day 4 of arguing that the president needs a ballroom to dance in while we're at war, during an affordability crisis. But if we ask the government for housing or health care or daycare, this is what we get.
The United States can't take care of daycare. We can't take care of daycare. We're a big country. We have 50 states. We have all these other people. We're fighting wars. It's not possible for us to take care of daycare. Medicaid, Medicare, all these individual things. We have to take care of one thing, military protection.
And a ballroom. Now the big question is, do other countries apply the same logic of ballroom protection into their security problems? Jordan Klepper went to find out.
Just days after political gun violence in our nation's capital, I went to Times Square to ask people from foreign countries, why is this happening here?
In London, it's never really been a big thing, you know?
The whole gun thing is not a big thing.
It's just crazy to me because that kind of stuff usually wouldn't happen in like Europe.
I think most of Canada's pretty safe.
Yeah.
You're able to safely speak your mind without having to worry about being shut down.
And doing that with words, not shot down. With that outside perspective, like, what are things Americans can do to make America safer?
Lose the guns.
Okay.
That would help.
Okay, noted.
Yeah.
If we don't do that, is there anything else?
Try to be decent, respect people in general, of course.
Okay, let's say if that's not our sweet spot, what else you got?
You know, reduce the number of guns.
Reduce the number of
guns. Number of guns, yeah. No.
Have you considered more ballrooms?
Without guns, yeah.
Okay, you're really hung up on this gun thing.
These tourists were focused on the guns when Trump had a much simpler plan.
It's drone-proof, it's bulletproof glass, we need the ballroom.
So how were these outsiders still so lost?
Well, you know where you are right now, right?
Yeah, Times Square.
Times Square. And you know why Times Square was so up in the 70s? No ballrooms. Well, there was one, maybe more of a strip club. But this place was wild. What do you feel about it?
On a l'autre côté. On a pâté, on a barbecue, on a forêt, on a peinture. On a climatiseur.
The more I talked to people from countries without constant political violence, the more I realized they could see a way through.
Kind of communicating, keeping an open mind.
Trying to get to a middle ground. I think it's about unity.
You know where I find unity with people that I disagree with? Weddings. Yeah, I gotta tell you, the last time I was able to talk with my uncle, who was on the other side of the aisle, it was my cousin's wedding, you know? Yeah, a little Michael Jackson comes on, everybody dances a little bit, they start, we're all having a great time. Where did all that take place?
Il va aller chercher un chicken hot.
Where's the wedding?
Tu veux venir avec moi?
But the location in America that the wedding is held within?
Quoi?
The Texas state, but it's pretty close.
Comme ça, tu peux essayer ton nouveau bike. What you think? Arrête de je sais pas, oui ou non? Hein? Alright, yeah. Hello, my son. Comme ça, tu peux prendre un ice cream. Non? Regarde. Ou un popsicle. Tu veux un popsicle? Ou ice cream? Popsicle? Dans les McD's? Ah! Oh. That has some theory in that joke. Oh, not weird.
Welcome to the Daily Show. My name is John Stewart. Great show for you tonight. Later on, we're going to be joined by the President of the United Nations General Assembly, Annalena Baerbock. We'll be joining us. President. We will talk about how nobody knew that the United Nations General Assembly had a president. I did not know that. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start the program tonight in a slightly different place. I want to give credit where credit is due. We don't obviously often do this. The president did a solid over the weekend. President Trump signed an executive order in front of his fraternity brothers, fast-tracking the FDA process for novel psychedelic drug treatments for veterans suffering from all forms of PTSD and other psychiatric conditions, including addiction. I'll let the president explain off the cuff as he does.
In 2024 study from Stanford University, 30 special operation veterans with traumatic brain injuries underwent, it's called ibogaine treatment. Ibogaine. Remember the name. Is that pronounced relatively properly what you said? Yes. I don't want to get it wrong. Ibogaine.
Whoa, hold on, something dead. What's going on? Est-ce que t'as mis les batteries sur passer?
Ibogaine. Rogaine
Ja, ça a demandé
By
pour
the
le
way, they
code.
gave you the easiest
Il a fait que hier, j'ai
hallucinogenics to
vu que le
pronounce.
petit jouet, ça
They could have thrown fucking ayahuasca in there. Psilocybin. But they gave you ibogaine. But even when they dumbed the shit down for him.
Tu vas faire le Google.
I'm sorry. I'm falling into old habits. It's good. You did a good thing. I'm nitpicking. I apologize. A lot of the people are going to get the help they need.
Ibogaine, because it's so important, and experienced an 80 to 90% reduction in symptoms of depression and anxiety within 1 month. Can I have some, please? I'll take it. I'll take whatever it takes.
Oh my God. He's depressed too. Hey, don't be depressed, sir. Trump won't be president forever. What I have to say, there are little moments in these Oval Office gatherings that are somewhat revelatory of the president's psyche and really a good starting place for any accredited mental health professional.
I don't have time to be depressed. You know, if you stay busy enough, maybe that works too. That's what I do.
You can't get depressed if you stay busy. It's a little thing called outrunning the darkness. You can't be depressed if the sadness can't catch you. And to be frank, I don't think Donald Trump should treat that with hallucinogenics anyway. But if he did, would we even notice? If he took hallucinogenics, he'd be like, they're eating the cats and dogs. Right near my beautiful ballroom. By the way, did you know I'm Jesus? The poor fellow in the bed is still sick. It really freaks me out every time I look at that picture. All right, you know what though? Maybe Trump's already taken them. Given how intensely he focused on the signing of this bill. I mean, he signed the shit out of this bill.
Okay, man. Move.
You think Biden can do that?
Hey man, you ever really looked at your signature on weed? Look, I think it's a good thing what he did. I swear to God, it's a good thing what he did. And this is not political. I don't mean this as political, but it was weird as shit the way he signed that. It was weird as shit. Like, I'm looking at that signature right now. Does that even say Donald Trump? The last name is longer than his first name. It doesn't look like that. It looks like it says Leonard Skinner. It doesn't even, it doesn't make any sense. None of this makes sense. Go, you know, I'm sorry to derail the program. Can we go back to just play him writing the last name? I swear to God, he doesn't write Trump. That's not right. That's too many letters. I counted like 10 letters. Unless he's just adding characters like this is his Wi-Fi password. It doesn't say Donald Trump. I would make sure this executive order is even legal. Because it appears to have been signed off by David Hasselhoff. That's David Hasselhoff. But the signing capped off a bit of a winning streak for the president. The biggest news being the Friday announcement of his total victory over Iran.
President Trump marches to victory.
Trump told the media Iran has agreed to everything.
The announcement really sparked a huge surge on Wall Street. New record highs on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Crude oil prices falling off a cliff.
Most of the points are already negotiated and agreed to. You'll be very happy. A great and brilliant day for the world.
If I may offer you a humble apology, I was one of the naysayers who said this president got us into a war on an impulse. I said this president didn't have a plan for a coherent exit strategy. I said this president was cavalier about the damage that this war of choice would cause. I said this president seems to slosh when he moves because of the Venus insufficiency, like a milk carton when you push it across the kitchen table. I said all of those things, and I would like to take back 3 of those statements. He does slosh. But the president's allies knew all along what time it was.
The president is playing chess when the rest of the world is playing checkers.
That's how he does it. I can't believe at the beginning, when the whole thing started, that the rest of the world didn't say, wait, why are you playing? Why do you have a horse in a castle? And we have the little discs. What kind of chess were they playing?
He's playing 3-dimensional chess.
4-dimensional chess.
Playing 5D chess.
That's the chess where the seats move and they spray water at you. I'm sorry, Analyst Dean Kane, could you expand on that?
President Trump is playing 5D chess. The dominoes are slowly just falling and toppling.
What game is he playing? Is it he's playing chess and then the dominoes? He's at checkers ordering dominoes. The point is, I'm hungry. And while the world played Jenga, Donald Trump is playing Hungry Hippos. Whatever the analogy is. Because of Trump's brilliant interdimensional Jedi mind, he basically got everything he wanted from Iran.
Iran has removed or is removing all of the sea mines. No money will exchange hands in any way, shape, or form. They will never have a nuclear weapon. The USA will get all nuclear dust.
Nuclear dust.
Country on the planet unable to get its way with a much smaller, weaker country that has been ravaged by economic sanctions and military strikes. At one level, the simplest way to understand America's problem in the Iran war is to use game theory. Donald Trump decided to play a game of chicken with Iran. Think of 2 drivers racing straight at each other. In these situations, if the stakes for one side are existential and for the other much lower, the side with those bigger stakes usually prevails. For the Iranian regime, if they lose, there's a good chance they end up toppled and slaughtered. For Trump, it would be a bad weekend at Mar-a-Lago. It's easy to see why the Iranians would be more willing to lock their steering wheel in that game of chicken. But there's a broader reason why America has found it so difficult to handle Iran. One that is not just about Trump and this latest ill-conceived war. Ever since the Islamic regime took power, America has been of 2 minds about it. On the one hand, the U.S. has had certain issues it wanted resolved, from the return of the hostages to nuclear limits. On the other hand, it wants to topple the regime, not just negotiate with it. There is a tension in these 2 attitudes that has run through American foreign policy for almost half a century. Does Washington want to change?
Adios mío.
Gotta keep it a bean with y'all, chat. I just gotta keep it a bean with y'all. Like, real talk. Yo, Stephon Diggs can't be patched. He's like an unpatchable type of... Yo, you know how many times I thought Stephon Diggs got patched, bro? I'm like, I bet he finally got... Yo, when he got with Cardi B, nigga, I was happy. I'm like, I bet he gotta be faithful now. You know why? Because I told you, I met like a bunch of bad chicks who all claimed he was their man. So I'm like, alright, damn, he fucking all the bad bitches already. Alright, he's patched. He got a girlfriend. He could only fuck one bitch. Wrong. Yo, we look up. We think he's patched. He's fucking even more bitches. I bet. Now we see a lawsuit. We ain't trying to wish bad for him or nothing. We see a lawsuit. I didn't even get to this lawsuit. We talking about the lawsuit with him and the Chris Griffith dude. The dude that used to be the stylist. The dude was like, yo, I'm in a car with Stefan. Remember he said Stefan looked at him and was like, yo, bro, like what's good? Like I'm trying to beat something up. And he looking at him like, nigga, why you looking at me like that? So we like, good. Yo, sometimes you gotta patch the nigga that's getting all the pussy by just putting some gay rumors on him, right? They did the Trey Songz. Yo, this nigga's gay. Like, he's just gay. Like, yo, ladies, do y'all want to be with the down low nigga? That's another great way to patch the pussy get niggas, bro. Like, the first patch is hope he gets a girlfriend. Thank God. Now all the other girls are ours. The second patch is this nigga gay. Like, yo, listen, the reason, niggas turn into females. You know how females usually start saying that niggas are gay because they're fucking too many bitches? We start saying it too. Nah, he on that pretty boy shit. He's not really on that pretty boy, but he on that pretty boy shit. They be saying that about Trey Songz. Yeah, he on that pretty boy shit because he gay. They said about August Alsina too. He gay. That's another way to patch the pussy getting niggas. Facts. I bet. So that happened. Remember, Chris Griffith was trying to throw this nigga's ass in jail. Pause. That was gonna be a patch. At least he's off the streets. I ain't trying to wish no, but at least he's off the street. That ain't work. Now the chef came out. He's like, I bet we gonna cancel this nigga. Like, trust me, you know we going down the list of trying to like patch this. Yo, we trying to patch this new latest DLC. We don't know what's going on. Yo, like this is we reading the patch notes for Stefan Diggs and we like, damn, this glitch still exists. Yo, how's niggas still doing the corner cheese? Like, this is like the last week into the 2K season. We're like, how niggas still doing the corner cheese? Yo, why niggas doing the dribble? You know that dribble cheese where the nigga always fall Curry got? Yo, how niggas still doing it? This ain't get patched. Every patch notes we reading down the shit. Oh man, we reading down the goddamn patch notes. They still ain't patched it yet? Yo, it's like me with Fortnite right now. Who's the Fortnite developer? Look me in the eyes. I play Fortnite all the time. You ain't patched that goddamn simple edit yet, bro? There's no delay. I'm on keyboard, but yo, these niggas got all type of glitches. Patch the junk. Patch it. Yo, sometimes certain shit is so overpowered, we just gotta wait for the patch. But this Stefan Diggs nigga is next level. He has defeated everything. So now we get to the chef. And I ain't gonna lie, we ain't want him to go to jail because we know these bitches be lying. But we thought, finally, all his dirt has been aired out. He's fucking the chef. He's fucking the maid. Fucking the assistant. Fucking the head nurse. He's fucking the stylist. He's fucking two of his baby mamas. Yes. This is like, yo, it's like a nigga did this to me. I don't like this. Dry snitch on a nigga that the girls be like, ew, what? No, you for everybody. The more we tell girls, or the more girls find out that Stefan Diggs is fucking other girls, they want to fuck him more, bro. It's unpatchable, bro. It's unpatchable. How do we patch Stefan Diggs, bro? How do we patch him? Yo, we thought this would, like, make them repulse. Like, yeah, he was fucking the chef, this, that. Yeah, he nasty. We think the chick's gonna be like, ew, we don't want that guy. We want somebody faithful. Nigga, they want him even more. He can't be patched. Yo, this is crazy. Stefan Diggs can't be patched. Bruv, I see what that locker room of niggas was talking about. The nigga can't be patched, bruv. Look at this. I've never seen Cardi B this happy. Oh my God. No, he's not patched. And he got that look like, yo, yeah, nigga. Yo, he got that look on his face, and I'll do it again. It's like one of those type of looks. And I'll do it again, nigga. My boy don't got no remorse. Like, yo, this is, yo, how do we patch him? Or actually, I just hate this shit. Trying to patch Stefan Diggs. Pause. Shit. How do we get the same shit? I'm trying to do this. Yo, hold on. Nigga, when I was trying to do my little 1-2, I had a little 2 joints on the side. Man, my life was hell, man. Chicks cracking eggs over my head, man. This shit was going crazy, man. Y'all see bitches putting up all type of shit trying to expose me for dumb shit that don't even exist. I'm like, yo, I'm going through it. Stefan Diggs cheats on his chick and nothing but good things come of it, man. Oh my God. Could we patch this nigga, please? Patch him! Patch him! Enough is enough. Patch him! Look at this nigga, man. Oh, man. It's okay, baby. Don't worry. When we get back to the crib, I'm gonna crack that ass. But the chef's probably cooking up something good for us. Chef! Yo, this nigga right here. Yo, slimy nigga too. He got a kiss on her for all the niggas and all the fans would be like, Cardi, you got away from him. You so lucky, girl. Go ahead. You need to go find you a good man now. You don't need a nigga. You know he kissed on her to let y'all fans know? Man, listen, I got dick control. I'm gonna keep piping this down no matter what. Stop playing with me, yo. Yeah, this a dirty nigga, man. This nigga Stephon, unpatchable, bro. Unpatchable, bro. He's like that one. Y'all remember the Madden back in the day that had that one character, bro? He catch every like Hail Mary pass. It's like Randy Moss. Remember that 99 version of Randy Moss? It was like, yo, that nigga was like a cheat code. Unpatchable, bro. Unpatchable, bro. It's like, even the developers like, they ain't nothing to patch. He's just really like that. Yo, Stephon Diggs just really like that, bro. He's just really like that, bro. Stephon Diggs is just really like that. Oh, man. He looking at her, he looking at her like a snap. Look at that. Yeah, he did some apologizing. It's all good. Hey, if Cardi B's happy, we happy. But yeah, man, this nigga is unpatchable, bro. I'm gonna keep it a beat with you. I think he's only got worse ever since the video. Wait. Y'all remember this video? Nah, man, unpatchable, gang.
Devin, what guy on this team would you least like to date your sister?
What the hell? Diggs.
Stephon Diggs. Diggs is the guy.
At least I should date my sister, Diggs. 100%.
Why Diggs?
Man. No.
He's crazy.
He's not a guy that you want to bring home to your parents.
He talks a lot. Outrageous. Don't know what he's gonna say.
And I don't like him. We're gonna leave it like that. No.
Just don't know what to expect every day.
It's like, you don't want your sister to bring him home to your parents, so therefore she can't date him.
He couldn't date my sister. What guy on this team would you least like to date your sister? And I'm not
thinking like a scoundrel, man.
I'd add, you're starting to be the runaway favorite for this.
But nobody want me to date this sister. I'm a great guy. I'm actually a great guy.
Yo, Stephon Diggs, man. I don't know if you make it in the Hall of Fame for NFL, but you definitely in the Hall of Fame for slimy ass niggas. I gotta give you credit, bro. Keep doing your thing.
There's actually seems to be a few guys that don't think that.
Feel differently about me?
Yeah.
He just don't know me well enough. That's what it is. It's the appearance. Alright, who knows I want to date about sister? Weatherly.
Why Weatherly?
Because he's ugly.
Damn. But it's round 2?
Every day, so he couldn't date my sister. Don't know what he's gonna say. Just don't know what to expect every day, so least like to date your sister.
This is the thing that's
have to go with you, B-Rob.
Why me?
Because we all know B-Rob, but most people don't know white chocolate. If CJ Ham wasn't married,
least like to date your sister.
At least I should date my sister, Diggs.
Hilarious, man. Shout out to Stephon Diggs, man. I probably could learn a thing or two from him. I want to be able to cheat, and my girl still love me. All right. Anyway, let's.
Charlemagne the devil?
For Monday, August 14th, goes to Judge Jeffrey Ferguson. I know it's Monday. I know we need to ease into the heaviness on a Monday, but there's no way to ease into this one. See, Jeffrey is accused of killing his wife during a drunken rage. Now, Jeffrey is a man who investigators discovered owned 47 weapons, including the pistol used in the shooting and more than 26,000 rounds of ammunition inside his home. Can't expect a person like that who owns that many weapons to have any conflict resolution skills that don't involve gunplay. Now, let me tell you, Jeffrey is actually free. He was freed a day later A day later, after being taken into custody and posted a $1 million bail. No need to play a game of guess what race it is with this one. Okay, in fact, prosecutors are seeking new bail conditions after arguing that all the weapons he had indicate that he could pose a risk to public safety, as well as be a flight risk. They want him to surrender his passports, wear an ankle monitor, and possess no alcohol or firearms ahead of this September 1st arrangement. Big Sue, you tell me what race you think he is.
I'm gonna go with Caucasian.
Yeah, absolutely Caucasian, okay? If he was black or brown, prosecutors wouldn't be seeking anything. They would have already done it all. All right, weapons confiscated, passports seized, probably no bail. But not only is he a white male, like I said, he's a judge since 2015. So it's a lot of different privileges at play here. But that's not what we're here for today, ladies and gentlemen of Hee Haw Missionary Baptist. We are here because Jeffrey, in spite of 2 alleged admissions, his defense attorneys maintained that his wife's death was the result of an accident and nothing more. An accident, you say? Well, this is... Remember I said Jeffrey Ferguson had 2 admissions of guilt. Remember that, okay? He had 2 admissions of guilt in this crime, and one of them is the reason he's getting donkey today. Let's go to AB77. What the hell did I just say? Let's go to ABC7 News for the report, please.
Today, an Orange County judge, 72-year-old Jeffrey Ferguson, faces 1 count of murder for shooting and killing his wife, Cheryl, on August 3rd. It started with a verbal argument at dinner with their adult son, according to the charging documents, that Ferguson was drunk and during a fight at the restaurant, made a gun gesture with his hand. Soon after, at home, his wife referenced that gesture, and the documents say moments prior to the shooting, she said something to the effect of, "Why don't you point a real gun at me?" and that he retrieved his pistol from his ankle holster and shot her. Their son called 911. Then the documents say Ferguson texted his
Who shot the sheriff?
"I just lost it. I just
Not me, nigga.
End quote. Anaheim police arrested him, and investigators recovered 47 weapons from the Anaheim Hills home, including rifles, shotguns, and handguns, plus more than 26,000 rounds of ammunition. But prosecutors worry one rifle is still missing. Ferguson was booked on a $1 million bail, which he posted the next day.
I just shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow. When I hear stories like this, the only thing I want to know is what was he drinking so I don't ever drink it. Okay, I'm just not this kind of drunk. At no point in my life have I ever been, that drunk. I'm not an angry drunk. I don't get drunk and want violence in any way, shape, or form. I'm not a belligerent drunk that gets toasty and just says anything. I'm not a drunk that gets wasted and forgets what happened. I'm the type of drunk that gets happy. Okay, and wants to hug and love on everybody. Start telling you how much I love and care about you. I'm not ever going to get to the point where I'm so drunk, I get so mad that I'm going to pull out a gun and shoot you. Even if you ask me to. Now, that's the other part of this story we don't want to discuss, but we have to. Ladies, I'm telling y'all, watch what you say to these men out here, okay? Y'all claim we don't listen, but then y'all run into a man that is unstable and listens too well. Okay, when y'all say things like, boy, I wish you would put your hands on me. Some men will hear you and, grant you your wishes. And that's a lesson his wife found out quick when she said, why don't you point a real gun at me? What a strange request. And what a strange time for this man to decide he was going to listen to his wife. Okay, why would you ever say something like that to a man that was caught with 47 weapons and 26,000 rounds of ammunition inside his home? What did you think that was for? To play Call of Duty? That is a man that wants all the smoke and is ready for war, whether it's with you or Russia. Okay, when you got that many weapons, you can't wait to use them. But I could never imagine being so drunk and so angry at your wife that you shoot her dead over a meal, like you're reenacting the dinner scene in Belly. Not to mention the judge said, I just lost it. I just shot my wife. I won't be in tomorrow. I will be in custody. I'm so sorry. What trips me out about this is he said, I won't be in tomorrow. Not once did he feel like his job was at risk. I would think that shooting your wife dead is a letter of resignation, but not in Judge Jeffrey's world. In Judge Jeffrey's world, he just won't be in tomorrow. He should be good for the day after, but tomorrow after just killing his wife? Nah, too soon. Okay? Oh, to be white and privileged in America, that's the real whop. Okay, white and privileged. Right? Kill your wife is only an accident that you only have to miss one day of work for and have it called by the media a shocking arrest that has left officials grappling with how to handle the case. That's how they're spinning it. Look, here's the thing. When a person commits a crime like this, they are no longer the person you knew. I don't care how celebrated Judge Jeffrey Ferguson was. I don't care about the awards he won. He killed his wife in a drunken rage. Handle him accordingly. And for him to say it was an accident, even though he admitted he did it twice, lets you know he lacks remorse and accountability for his actions. As a judge, he would probably throw the book at someone who was handling a case like this, if he was handling a case like this the way he was. So whatever judge who was on this case needs to do the same. Please let Remy Ma give Judge Jeffrey Ferguson the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw, you stupid motherfucker, you dumb.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
Sometimes you get what you ask for and you get it because you asked for it. You know?
Let me go get me some food.
Now, coming up, we have the Fearless Fund coming in. What's their names? Ayanna Parson and Arian Simone. They are the founders of the Fearless Fund, and they will be here with their legal representation, Attorney Ben Crump, to tell you all about the Fearless Fund and what the Fearless Fund is and why they are being attacked by anti-affirmative action activist Edward Braun. Right? Can we say what Edward Braun is right now? You know what I wanted. Come on, tell me what Edward Braun is. Cracker ass, cracker. That's right. BT.
Quacker.
It's the Breakfast Club. Donkey today is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Levinson. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull. If you've been hurt in a construction accident, that's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull. Wake that ass up.
What is
in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Called Donkey of the Day, and it really caught me off guard. Damn, Charlamagne, who got the Donkey of the Day today?
Well, Donkey of the Day for Friday, August 11th goes to Seth Berman. Seth Berman is 34 years old, and he hails from the great city of Atlanta, Georgia. Seth is suffering from what psychologists call the target effect. Everybody in America suffers from the target effect. Doesn't matter what your financial status is. The reality of the situation is none of us can go into Target and get one thing. I know I'm speaking directly to you right now. You feel seen, don't you? Maybe even triggered. Trust me, I understand. Every single emotion you are dealing with, I get. And psychologists do too. It's the real thing. You're going to Target to buy one thing. Maybe, you know, a Goodfella t-shirt. Next thing you know, you're walking out with $100 worth of stuff, and you have no idea how that happened. All right, Target does that to humans, so much so that clinical psychologists have released tips on how to stage your own Target interventions, okay? Target is a trap, all right, because the store isn't the actual target, you are. Do you realize that everything in Target is strategically placed there to keep you there? Everything from the lighting, the bright colors, they say it brightens your effect, and you tend to have a pretty good time there, so it's conducive to buying. You know, of course you're going to, you know, spend more in a place that you spend more time in. Not to mention, it's a Starbucks in all of them. So that adds another addiction. Okay, Starbucks, heroin, same thing. Target also places things in strategic places to boost cross-selling. And then they have these things called lifestyle settings that help you visualize the goods in your home. Once you see it, once you can see it in your place of residence, you want it in your place of residence, okay? And I'm not even going to get into the psychological pricing Target does. Oh, they make you think you're getting a deal just because it's a 9 at the end of the price. If it has a 9 on the end of the price, it appears to be on sale. Therefore, you can't pass it up. Those are just a few of the reasons the Target effect is real. And that's the reason why you can never leave Target with just one thing. And Seth Berman, he fell victim to that. See, he went to Target for one thing, but like most of us, couldn't leave with just one thing. Let's go to Fox 5 Atlanta for the report, please.
Hell
Recent
nah.
video of a shoplifting suspect being arrested. Take a look. This is the Target located on Caroline Street.
I know what I'm gonna do right now.
By a security guard. That guard told authorities.
I'm not gonna run for y'all niggas. I'm gonna shoot y'all niggas, shoot y'all niggas, shoot y'all niggas, and kill y'all niggas.
Both the suspect and officer.
Yeah, nigga. I'm fucking sick of y'all niggas.
This man was under the influence of Target. Okay, the Target effect is a stronger drug than all those things mentioned. That's why he went back to the scene of the crime, because mentally he never left. See, if you only get one thing from Target, you hear Kobe Bryant in your brain saying this.
Job's not finished. Job finished? I don't think so.
That's right. The Target effect is so real that when this brother got caught leaving the store with the TV, he didn't think about running away. He thought about running back into the store. Okay, that's like an animal that's been locked in a cage, and instead of running off into the wild to get free, they run back into the zoo. I know y'all want to blame drugs, but trust me, this is the Target effect. Okay, as I'm doing this donkey right now, there's someone pulling up the Target for one thing, and they're going to come out 30 minutes later with at least 3 to 5 items. Okay, now let's talk about Seth as a thief. He simply got too greedy because he did successfully steal one TV. He was free and clear, but his greed made him go back to steal another one. This is a prime example that we get too greedy, okay? He successfully stole one TV. He was free and clear, but his greed mixed with the target effect made him go back to get another 65-inch TV. Why did he need another TV? I know football season on the way, but damn, what you built in a sports bar? Huh? You need to have more than one TV to have more than one game on at the same time? Maybe he wanted to play Call of Duty and watch The Breakfast Club on BET at the same time. I don't know, but Seth, did you have to go back to the same exact target you stole from the first time? I did some research, and by research I mean Google, and it's at least 8 targets in the Atlanta area. You telling me the target effect is so strong that you couldn't even leave the target you was at to go to another one? Huh? You stuck on stupid like a woman who's addicted to a terrible man with good penis. Alright? This man ain't got no job, no ambition, he cheats on you constantly, has another baby mama he's still sleeping with, but you still end up under him every other day, letting him sweat on you. That had nothing to do with anything. I just wanted to make you feel bad, but still sleeping with that brother under modification, or for short, you just call him a bum. Please give Seth Berman the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. You are.
Okay. I see y'all niggas. I see y'all niggas. I see y'all niggas. Ha 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 ha.
All right, well, BET, thank you. We'll see y'all on Monday. I almost told people you the bum that I'm sleeping with.
I'm gonna show y'all niggas who's the boss.
Now what? Well, sir, I'm not a bum. You a beige under modification. That's for sure. Beige under modification. This is getting awkward and strange.
Ben.
Okay. Been awkward and strange. Welcome, Roxy. All right. Roxy said it feel like this is yesterday. All right. Donkey Today is brought to you by the law office of Michael S. Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey. Dial pound 250 on your cell and say the bull if you've been hurt in a construction accident. That's pound 250 from your cell and say the bull. Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club. Some donkey todays just sell themselves.
I've been watching Charlamagne. I was ready for it.
I never heard of donkey the other day. What is this? Say it again, Charlamagne. I'm a donkey. I'm a donkey.
A donkey.
Everything that Charlamagne is saying is true.
Yes. Donkey today for Wednesday, February 1st, the first day of Black Nose. What's today? Thursday or Wednesday? Thursday, right? Donkey today for Thursday, February 1st, the first day of Black History Month. It's going to the people to decide. Yes, our amazing Breakfast Club listeners, the millions of you who listen to us daily, you will get to decide today who gets the biggest hee-haw. You will get to decide who gets the credit they deserve for being stupid. I personally know who I feel in my heart should get it, but I want y'all to hear the story, and then we can discuss. And I'll give the hee-haw later. But Donkey of the Day today will go to either a Starbucks in St. Louis, right, or a 20-year-old former employee of the Starbucks in St. Louis, Michael Harris. See, Michael Harris was fired from Starbucks in St. Louis, and he is currently suing the whole coffee chain, saying he was wrongfully terminated after he confronted robbers at the store. Oh my God, no. Now y'all know how I feel about that. These franchises ain't dying for you. Okay, somebody come in there and rob the store, let them have it. All right, it ain't yours. They pull out a pistol here, man. You can have all the pistachio, frappuccino, blended beverages you want. All right, here, take the gift card to the counter. You want a couple dollars out the register, you can take that too. Just go on about your business. All right, you nuts, and I ain't about to buck over no damn Starbucks. Or any fast food or retail chain for that matter. I'm making minimum wage. Okay? By the way, I don't care if you're a store manager making a salary. I'm not dying over no white chocolate mocha frappuccino blended beverage. Okay? Now, there is exceptions to the rule. Because sometimes you are not defending the store, you have to defend yourself. And if you ask me, Michael Harris was in a position where he had to defend himself. Let's go to NBC5 on your side for the report, please.
I thought I was gonna die that day. They walked in, announced that it was a robbery.
20-year-old Michael Harris was working the drive-thru here at the Starbucks on South Grand in Midtown.
Then they started
going up to people and frisking them for stuff, and we started to fight back against them.
He says when the two men then demanded cash from the register, he tried to open it. He says one of the bad guys then hit him on the head with a gun. He tells me he felt emboldened to stand his ground, especially when he realized the gun he had just been attacked with was fake.
Trigger for it came busted off, and then that's when we noticed us and started to fight back.
Not knowing if the crooks had another gun, Harris said he wanted to be careful. Eventually, one of the crooks took off. Harris and another co-worker were able to restrain the other until police could get there. Weeks after the situation, Harris says he got a call.
They terminated me.
Damn. The first rule in nature is self-preservation. Okay, Michael Harris said he felt like he was going to die that day. Thank you. Michael Harris said he felt like he was going to die that day. Michael Harris got hit in the head with the fake gun, so his blood was probably boiling. Okay, he was probably enraged, and then he realized the gun was fake because he noticed the trigger had fell off, so he sprung into action. Now, I don't know if he sprung into action because he was trying to get his lick back for getting hit with the gun. I don't know if he still felt like his life was in danger. I don't know if he was defending Starbucks. I just know he was fired weeks later and never given a reason as to why. Now, a lot of these franchises like Starbucks have protocols in place to ensure things like this don't happen. In fact, Starbucks said about this incident that all employees are expected to follow our carefully crafted protocols to ensure the safety of customers and partners during these situations. Starbucks says in situations like this, our training and protocols guide our partners to comply and de-escalate. Not just for their safety, but for the safety of all in the store, the safety of our customers and partners. But guess what? The home of the caramel apple spice doesn't teach you. What's the proper procedure when you got a gun to your head?
What's the f***ing procedure when you got a gun at your head?
No, nigga.
Policy is unfair. Their statement, there is no way that an individual can be faced with danger, attempted potential death of themselves or another, and then once they've been hit or down, that they cannot defend themselves. Leonard agrees. Okay, you have to factor in human emotions to all of this. Michael is a young 20-year-old man who felt like his life was in danger. You can't be upset at him for fighting back when he thinks he's getting robbed at gunpoint, and then he gets hit in the head with a gun. In fact, he shouldn't be fired. He should be employee of the month. He should be promoted to manager. Let him get unlimited sugar cookie almond milk frappuccinos. This man earned that and much more. I believe if Michael would have said he was fighting for the store and not himself, he probably would still be employed today. But I told you, we're going to go to Breakfast Club court, all right? You heard the facts of the case. You've heard the situation. So who should get the biggest hee-haw here? Michael?
Play the theme music.
Yeah, play them. Get the breakfast music. There you go. Michael, for not following store protocols, even though his life was in danger, or Starbucks for allegedly firing Michael for not following store protocols. Once again, who should get the biggest hee-haw here? Michael, for not following store protocols, even though his life was in danger, or Starbucks for allegedly firing Michael for not following store protocols, even though his life was in danger. I don't usually agree with employees playing hero when stores they work at get robbed. But this was more than that. This was a man defending himself because he was working in a franchise that got robbed. There is a difference. Let's discuss.
All right, let's open up the phone lines, 800-585-1051. Now, the reason most store owners don't want people to apprehend shoplifters is because they are not insured to risk their health physically. All right, so if something happens, they don't want to be liable. If you die, they don't want to be liable. But Charlamagne said something very specific. The man was hit over the head with the gun.
He was defending himself.
So now it's not a robbery. This is an assault.
And it's self-preservation.
And I have to defend myself.
First law of nature, self-preservation.
He wasn't defending that store at that time. He was defending that head. Pause.
Pause. Woo, woo, woo. God, Mac, where's your whistle, Mac? Jesus Christ, Mac. Come on, Mac. Where's the park police when you need them? That was disgusting. I don't even want to play that one. I'm going home. I've had enough.
He got hit over the...
No, bro. God damn. Lord have mercy.
Call us up now. Let's discuss.
Why is your brain working that way?
Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, Charlamagne is trying to decide if he should give Donkey of the Day to who.
Well, here's the thing. Michael Harris, 20 years old, he was an employee of Starbucks, right? He got fired from Starbucks because some people came in there to rob the store.
Right.
One of the guys hit him over the head with the gun, and he realized that the gun was fake because he saw the trigger fall, so he defended himself.
Correct.
Right? So weeks later, Starbucks fired him, so now Michael Harris is suing Starbucks. Now, usually I am totally against people fighting, robbers when they come in to rob the places that they work at, because we know that none of these establishments, these chain retail stores, we know they ain't dying for you, so you shouldn't. But this is a different case. This man was not defending Starbucks, he was defending himself. The first law of nature is self-preservation. He got hit in the head with a gun. Once he realized the gun was fake, he went and made his move.
That's right.
Not mad at that. I don't think he should be fired, but it's not up to me, it's up to the people.
All right, let's go.
I don't think he should be donkey today, but it's not up to me, it's up to the people.
Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Laomi.
Hey, Laomi, good morning.
Good morning.
Now, you heard the story. Do you think Michael should get donkey or Starbucks?
Okay, I think it depends on, what race is Michael, because if he is of the Copper Boy race, then he shouldn't have did it, and he should have minded his business, and he should have let whatever happened and fall on the floor and just let the guy do what he was supposed to do. Now, if he was black, Starbucks owes him an apology, and he needs his job back. Period.
Because it's Black History Month, so if he's black...
No,
yes.
Queen.
I understand what you're saying.
That is ridiculous.
But was he black or
white? No, it's not.
That is beyond ridiculous. It's not about what his race was.
Yes, it does.
It's about right or wrong in this situation.
Is he black or white?
It doesn't matter. How about the people who robbed him was black? How about that?
Oh.
I don't know.
If he was robbed, if he was robbed and he was black,
you riding with him.
It don't matter about the race.
You asked her opinion, and you said the people decide.
First of all, she'd be disqualified from the jury because that's racist. That's number one.
She's racist.
Yes, she'd be disqualified from the damn jury. Okay. Matter of fact, she is disqualified. Listen to her.
Hello, who's this?
Yeah, what's up? This is Cam, man, calling out of Broward County, Florida.
What's happening, my brother? Should Michael get donkey today, or should Starbucks get donkey today?
Listen, man, as much as I don't want to say it, I wish Bro could get paid, man, but I'm going to keep it real. He messed up. When he admitted that he realized the gun was fake.
So you said there was no real threat at that point?
At that point, there was no real threat. Just like you were speaking on a few weeks ago, when somebody got their back turned leaving, there's no reason to fight. You're no longer a danger.
Well, listen, you seen like a BB gun before. You know them BB guns that be looking real? They still got some weight to them. So I can still pistol whip you with that BB gun. And he got hit in the head with it.
Are you trying to sway the jury?
No, I'm just saying.
Like I say, man, I hope he get paid. I hope he get paid, but he should have left that little detail out, man. It just went all in. I thought it was real. I was a sense of my life. But once you admit that you realized it was a fake gun, you know how the corporations gonna play. They want you to be a computer, basically. They want you to take all the human emotion out of it.
That's true.
Just let that slap over the head and go.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And get back to your job, basically.
That's true.
Hello, who's this?
this is Charmaine.
Hey, Charmaine. Good morning. Where you calling from?
Good morning. Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton, Ohio. So who do you think should get donkey, Michael or Starbucks?
Starbucks, because they're not about to pay for that man's funeral, so he had to do what he had to do to keep his life.
That's right.
Okay. Thank you, Charmaine.
No problem, no.
Okay, so currently we got one for Michael, one for Starbucks, and one disqualified juror because she made it about race, and I don't know why.
800-585-1051. When we come back, we're going to take some more calls. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up. In the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. If you're just joining us, Charlamagne is trying to decide who he wants to give donkey to.
Yeah.
Is it Starbucks or Michael? What happened?
Now, let me explain the situation. Michael Harris was an employee at Starbucks in St. Louis. Some guys came in there to rob the Starbucks in St. Louis. One of the guys hit Michael in the head with a gun. Then Michael realized that the gun was fake because he saw the trigger fall off. So Michael decided to defend himself, and he fought back against the robber. You know, and now weeks later, Starbucks has fired him, and Michael believes he got fired because he didn't follow their protocol, which is to comply and de-escalate in situations like that. But I feel like the first law of nature is self-preservation. You got to factor in human emotion. Somebody thinks that their life is about to be taken. They get hit in the head with a gun. I don't have a problem with the young man defending himself in that situation.
Hello, who's this?
It's Malcolm.
Malcolm, what's up, brother? What's your thoughts, Malcolm? Who should get donkey? Should it be Starbucks or Michael?
Listen, I think both of them should get it, to be honest with you.
Why?
Okay, explain.
All right, listen. I used to manage restaurants, and I used to manage a Burger King. We got robbed. So I feel like Starbucks should be smart enough to know that he wasn't defending Starbucks at the time. He was defending himself. Starbucks, they need to know that right off the bat.
So then why is he getting
Also,
donkey? Go ahead.
He got to get donkey because he needs to know these dudes got guns drawn. Who, regardless if you think it's fake or not, you got to take that loss because you don't know if they got another one or what's going on.
That's
you
true,
got to
too.
just sit there and take that.
I thought about that, too.
I feel like they both got to share this and they need to go somewhere and talk about it and both of them just be donkey and just living their life like that.
Damn. Okay. Hello, who's this?
This is Kia and her daughter Jake calling for the donkey of the day.
We right here. What's happening, Kia and her daughter? What's your daughter? You said Jake?
Jape, Jaep.
Jape.
Oh,
okay.
Japes. Okay.
What's the ages? What's your daughter's age?
She's 9.
Okay. So what do y'all think?
What do you think, Jake? Starbucks is the donkey of the day.
Okay. All right.
Now, Mama?
I can't say anything because she told me I was the donkey of the day because I'm always getting her to school late.
Damn.
Well, she's right. She's correct.
Because you're probably stopping at Starbucks.
You're probably stopping at Starbucks.
You're stopping at Starbucks, aren't you? Aren't you? Tell the truth.
Only if I'm allowed to get her the matcha latte.
Exactly.
Thank you so much.
Thank y'all. Have a good day.
Have a great day at school. Hello, who's this?
What's going on, fellas? This Charlie J from Jacksonville, Florida.
Hey, what's up, brother?
Jacksonville, what's happening?
What's your thought? Who should get donkey today? Michael or Starbucks?
Hey, man, you gotta go ahead and get that man to Starbucks, man. That man's scared for his life. Them people done fumbled that filter. He see a moment, go ahead and get him out of there, man. They ain't got security or nothing.
Je fais une démission.
Okay.
Et après ça, je vais partir.
Well, 4 if you do Kia and a daughter.
Il donne le faire pour moi.
All right.
No,
She didn't
don't.
vote, though.
Mom didn't vote?
Mom didn't vote. She said she didn't want to vote.
Okay.
Because she get donkey today for being late.
Okay. Hello, who's this? This is the last one.
This is Destiny.
Hey, Destiny, good morning. So, who should get donkey today? Is it Starbucks or is it Michael?
It's definitely going to be Starbucks because I get it. Places have policies and procedures set for a reason. However, if somebody's hitting me across the head with a gun, I notice that it's fake, and the pieces to it start to fall apart, obviously I'm going to take that opportunity to defend myself and those around me because things still could have went wrong. So I think he's bringing into action as he should, and Starbucks definitely gets donkey of the day.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Tally the votes.
We took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We took 7 calls, right? 8 calls. 8 calls. One juror got disqualified because she made it about race, so that's 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 for Starbucks. One dude voted for Michael and Starbucks. The moral of the story is Starbucks is getting the donkey of the day. Go ahead and settle with that man. You know what I'm saying? You know, put that man in a better position because I feel like he got done dirty in this situation. The first law of nature is self-preservation.
That's right.
First law of nature. And I feel like if he would have told them, you know, he was trying to defend the store, they probably wouldn't have done that to him. But even still, you got to defend yourself.
Right.
First law of nature is self-preservation. I'm not mad at the brother.
All right. All right, well, thank you for that donkey of the day.
Yeah, so please let Starbucks get the sweet sounds of the hammer tones.
You are the donkey of the day. You are the donkey of the day. You are.
Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Wake that ass up in the morning. The Breakfast Club.
Yeehaw.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
I'm a big boy. I can take it. If he feel I deserve it, ain't no big deal. I know Charlamagne the guy gonna have some funny shit say out his mouth.
If you gotta say something you may not agree with, doesn't mean I'm mean.
Who's getting that donkey? That donkey.
Donkey of the Day, right here.
It's just a breakfast club, bitches.
You can call me the donkey of the day, but like, I mean no harm.
Donkey of the day for Tuesday, July 29th goes to a 21-year-old Oklahoma man named Micah Hill. Okay, Micah is currently being held on a $50,000 bond for assault and battery with a deadly weapon after police say he admitted to shooting his girlfriend's husband. I repeat, Micah Hill is currently being held on a $50,000 bond for assault and battery with a deadly weapon after police say he admitted to shooting his girlfriend's husband. I know. I had to read it a couple of times myself before I got it. Confusing, isn't it? Let's go to KOCO ABC News 5 for the report, please.
There's a kid with a gun here at the building.
911 calls flooding into the Edmond Police Department Tuesday afternoon. Police say 21-year-old Micah Hill was in his girlfriend's car and she was inside when her husband came up to the car window. Hill told police it scared him because they've met before and the husband allegedly had spit in his face and threatened him in the past. Hill said out of fear, he grabbed his girlfriend's gun, loaded it, and got out of the car. Documents say Hill told police the husband walked around the car and asked Hill if he was hurting his children. Hill says his answer was no. He claims the husband then lunged toward him, so he shot him twice.
I heard 2 shots in the parking lot.
Seconds later,
a gentleman walked in and was yelling, help, I need help. He shot me. I know they hit the panic alarm at the front desk as well.
Documents say Hill admitted the husband was not visibly armed, but
Shot
told
him
police he,
parachute.
quote, couldn't do anything unless I
Shot
shot
him
him because he
parachute.
can't, quote, outfight him.
Oh no.
Well, at least he was in front of a plasma center, so there was some doctors there to help after he got shot. So many teachable moments in this story. If you're willing to learn something, but let's discuss. Number one, I'm not dying or killing for nobody else's wife. Okay, Michael, you 21 and you were smashing this man's wife. I don't know what the situation is between the husband and wife. Maybe they separated. I have no idea. But whatever was going on between them was none of your business. And that woman had you, Micah, doing too much. Okay, see, you wasn't keeping it player. You said you met this woman's husband before, and he spit in your face. Okay, drop one of clues bombs for the husband. Okay, all right, you deserve that spit to be in your face because why are you meeting the husband? Okay, this woman put you in a position you had no business being in. If they separated and you smashing, I get it. But keep it like that, okay? If she wants to bring you around her kids and a strange husband, you got to say no. Okay, now maybe y'all just creeping and the husband know y'all creeping, so he couldn't believe the audacity of you coming around him playing in his face. Oh, you think he's sweet, huh? Oh, you think he's a pussycat doll. Okay, saliva to the face. I understand. Then this man thought you was hurting his kids. I don't know where he got that from, but he asked the question for a reason. Once again, why are you even around this man's kids for him to even have to think to ask you that question? You 21. Only thing you're supposed to be giving this man's wife is hard D and bubble gum. I don't even know the whole story, but based off the information I've gotten from this story, that man had every right to whip your ass, and that leads me to my second point and the reason you getting donkey of the day. Can we play the last part of that news report? Just the last part, this part.
Documents say Hill admitted the husband was not visibly armed, but told police he, quote, couldn't do anything unless I shot him because he can't, quote, outfight him.
Now, I was born in 1978, okay? I represent Generation X. Dropping the clues bombs for Generation X, all right? The generation born between 1965 and 1980. Some call us the forgotten generation because people tend to focus on baby boomers and millennials. Some call us the latchkey generation due to the high number of us who were left home unsupervised growing up. But that's what made us independent. That's what gave us resilience. That's what made us be able to adapt to things around us. This also made us mind our goddamn business. Okay, being Generation X made a lot of us keep to ourselves and not meddle in other people's affairs. And if we did, we knew that there were consequences and repercussions to our actions. Okay, the problem I have with Generation Z is y'all don't think y'all got to get punched in the face. Okay, y'all don't think you have to deal with the consequences of your actions. If you're going to sleep with that man's wife, then you have to deal with what comes with that. You said yourself, you can't outfight this man. So if you know that, then you don't need to be sleeping with his wife. And if you do, you need to be very, 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 very discreet. You need to be super duper on the low, not in this man's face so he can spit in it. Okay? You don't even own a pistol. That's why you had to use your girlfriend's pistol to shoot her husband. How crazy does that sound?
Okay, you had to use your girlfriend's pistol to shoot her husband. Real quick, can I talk about this whore for a second? Okay, I wish I had this whore's name. All right, you mean to tell me you running around here with this 21-year-old, sleeping with him, got him around my kids, and he shoots me with your gun? How do you even explain that to your child? Okay? Thank God the husband is still alive, because how could you ever explain to your kids that their daddy is dead because mama was out here popping her poom poom for a 21-year-old, and so he shot daddy with mama's gun? Huh? This story stinks. Okay, I can smell the bacterial vaginosis all over this story. All right, Micah, you and the husband need to run from whoever this black widow is, okay? This woman you in jail for, and this woman the other guy is in the hospital for, doesn't care about either one of y'all, okay? If she didn't, she would have, if she did, she wouldn't have either one of you in situations like this, okay? The husband already spit in your face once. That's a warning. Why is she bringing you back around after that? Okay, why are you back around? You should know that some spit to the face could also turn to getting shot in the face, especially when you're dealing with somebody's marital partner. See, ain't nobody teaching these youngins nothing, man. I can name quite a few OGs in my life who would have told me, leave that alone. Okay, that woman husband gonna kill you. Okay, straight like that. I can hear my daddy saying to me, that woman either gonna get you killed or you gonna have to kill her husband. Either way, you lose. And Micah, let me be the first to tell you that you lost. Please give Micah Hill the biggest hee-haw. In jail for shooting your girlfriend's husband. How does that even sound?
That's crazy.
That sounds crazy. Come on, man. Cut it out.
You got exactly what his ass deserved.
Jail time. And if you can't fight in the street, oh Lord, God, what do you think gonna happen to you in jail? And you ain't got no pistol.
All right, well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, ma'am. Donkey of the Day is sponsored by renowned personal injury attorney Michael the Bull Lamonsoff. Don't be a donkey when you need a fighter on your side. If you're ever injured, go to michaelthebull.com. That's michaelthebull.com. And when you mess with the bull, you get the horns.
Every day I wake up, wake your ass up. The Breakfast Club.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
C'est mon last mission. Maybe, s'il n'y a pas beaucoup d'argent, je vais pas faire.
A Florida man attacked an ATM for a very strange reason. It gave him too much money.
More nasty, nasty, nasty.
Police arrested an Orlando man for attacking a flamingo.
The Breakfast Club,
Oh no! I need to be a CEO.
The donkey today for Tuesday, October 7th has me conflicted. Okay, the common sense, logical human in me wants to give it to 57-year-old Michael Stinek. Michael is a Florida man, ladies and gentlemen. And what does your Uncle Shala always tell you about the great state of Florida? Say it with me. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and today is no exception. See, Michael was doing 107 miles per hour. Okay, I know he deserves donkey of the day because there is never a reason to be speeding like that on the highway. All right, in fact, I don't even know why vehicles make cars that can go over whatever the speed limit is. Okay, what's the point of having 100 plus on the dash, especially in America? Okay, I know the Autobahn in Germany, that highway in Dubai, I think it is, they let you push it to 100 plus, but also, why? Why do you need to be going 100 miles per hour? You're not in NASCAR. Okay, hell, Marty McFly only had to go to 88 to initiate time travel. But Michael was doing 107 miles per hour. Not to mention, if you crash doing 100 miles per hour, you dead. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. And if you do survive, you will have long-term physical and emotional trauma. So I just don't see the reason to ever be going that fast. But what does it say about me? That when I first heard this story, I said he was tripping. But then when I heard the reason he was speeding, I kind of understood, okay? Hear me out. See, Michael was pulled over for going over 100 miles per hour, and he had a reason that I'm sure a lot of men can understand. What are some reasons a man could be speeding? Late picking up the kids from something, late for work, late picking up your wife, you know, your significant other. All of those are valid reasons to be speeding. Okay, not 100. But if you were doing 100 plus, I wouldn't agree with you doing it, but I can understand why you would be doing it. But there might be a sleeper reason on that list, man. And this is why Michael Sticknick has me slightly conflicted this morning. And I know this story is Florida. I know. But what he told police, I think it's going to, be some men out there that can relate. We have the actual dash cam footage from Michael Sticknick after being pulled over for doing 107 miles per hour. Listen to his reason.
Why don't you hop out for a second? Reason for the stop. We're going 107. Why are you going so fast? I have an appointment with my barber. You have an appointment with your barber? In New Smyrna. In New Smyrna, so... the car's kind of close. So you go 107 miles an hour, leaving in and out of traffic, putting other people's lives in danger. Now you get to go to jail for the night. For the night? For the night, yeah. Florida, it's criminal to go over 100 miles an hour. I didn't know. Well, you do now, right? Now your car will be towed. Now you'll be going to jail.
Just play the beginning back for me, Red. Just the beginning. I need y'all to understand. Why was he doing 107 miles per hour? He was honest with the police officer. He had an appointment with his barber. Listen.
Why don't you hop out for a second? Reason for the stop. We're going 107. Why are you going so fast? I have an appointment with my barber.
You can stop. Listen, come on, my brothers. I don't care what race you are. We talking about our barbers here. Barbers are essential workers. Barbers are as important as doctors, therapists, dentists. You have to have a primary care barber. Okay, and when you have a primary care barber, they are usually in demand, so you have to respect their time because you want to be there when it's your appointment time. Sometimes you even get there a little earlier because he might be running late with another client, or another client might be running late, so you get to cut into that person's time. Okay, now I'm not making excuses for Michael, but if a man is speeding to get to the barber, that means he has some important things to do that day, and the haircut is the foundation of it all. Okay, that's what folks don't understand. The way Fleece Johnson feels about booty in prison is how free men feel about haircuts, okay? There is nothing more important when you have something to do. I don't care what outfit you got on. I don't care what you're driving. I don't care what's on your feet. If you don't have a haircut, it's all for nothing. Once again, not making excuses for why Michael was speeding, okay? He was doing 100 miles per hour. That's insane. But it has to be a certain level of understanding amongst men when it comes to these type of situations, okay? Also, I understand police officers have a job to do, but can the man get a break for his honesty? By the grace of God, nobody was hurt from his speeding.